Welcome everyone. I am Snehashish, your biology teacher. Today I will discuss about different glands present in the digestive system and the mechanism of the digestion in our body. So, the digestion system occurs with the help of different types of glands like salivary glands in our mouth, gastric glands in our stomach, liver which secretes bile, then pancreas, then intestinal glands. So first of all, let us see about the digestion in the buccal cavity. But in buccal cavity, only the starches get digested. Where, see, we have salivary amylase in saliva, which is also known as ptyalin. Ptyalin, P is silent, P-T-Y-A-L-I-N, ptyalin, which converts the starch into disaccharides, the maltose. Starch is a polysaccharide. Polysaccharide means chain of the saccharine molecules. Like, suppose you have, imagine a pearl string. A lot of pearls are there. A single unit of pearl is called monosaccharide. If two pearls are there, it's disaccharide. Many pearls are there, it is called polysaccharide. So there are starch is a polysaccharide which consists of different saccharine unit which breaks down in disaccharides. About 30% of starch is digested by ptyalin in the mouth. So after reacting with salivary amylase, it gets converted into maltose and isomaltose and dextrins. In the buccal cavity only, the digestion starts in this cavity in our mouth only. We need 6.8 pH for the activity of this salivary amylase. So, after this, digestion occurs in the stomach. First of all, I will say that stomach not only digests the food, it also stores the food for 4 to 5 hours. It mixes the food, it grinds the food, it breaks down the food. How does it break down the food? It secretes the digestive juice. And not only secretes the digestive juice, it also churns the whole organ. Whole stomach churns like this. There is a churning movement of the stomach and the food gets converted into a acidic pasty form which is called chyme, or someone says like chyme also, chyme. Now the gastric juice secretes two things. First is HCl, which is known as hydrochloric acid, and next is it secretes pepsin. So let us first I will tell you about HCl, which is hydrochloric acid. Its function is of two types. First of all, it activates a proenzyme pepsinogen into pepsin, active pepsin, and it also kills the harmful pathogenic bacteria or harmful materials, harmful germs. Now, what is the purpose of activating pepsin? The pepsin is used to break down the protein molecules into the simple proteoses and peptones. So see how amazing this is. The function of pepsin is to break down the protein molecules, and the pepsin will not work without the help of HCl, because HCl is used to activate the pepsinogen into pepsin, active pepsin. So it converts the proenzyme pepsinogen into active pepsin. Now, see, we have two types of things, HCl and pepsin which secreted from the stomach, where the protein gets digested and the HCl kills the germs also. Now if we talk about the infants, how does the digestion occurs in the infant? In infant, the HCl activates the prorenin into renin molecules. It activates the prorenin into renin molecules, and these renin molecules helps to digest the milk. Why it will help to digest the milk? Because in milk there is a casein molecule, casein protein, which gets digested with the help of renin into paracasein. Now paracasein, with the help of calcium ions, converted into calcium paracaseinate, which is called curd, and the curd with the help of pepsin breakdowns into peptones. So again I am explaining this. First of all, the prorenin will be activated with the help of HCl into renin, and these renin molecules convert the casein molecules into paracasein. Then paracasein with the help of calcium ion convert into calcium paracaseinate, which is curd, and then calcium paracaseinate gets converted into peptones. Now digestion occurs in small intestine. So first of all, it occurs in duodenum. The chyme is mixed with the bile juice which is secreted from the liver, then pancreatic juice and intestinal juice. Now the function of the bile is to emulsify the fat, and as I have discussed earlier also, it is used to convert the bigger fat molecules into smaller fat molecules. Conversion of this fat into simple tiny droplets called micelles. It provides a large surface area for the action of lipase on fat. See, bile helps in digestion by emulsifying conversion of fat into micelles or tiny droplets, and then it provides large surface area for the action of lipase on fat. Bile also activates the lipase. Lipase is the main enzyme for the breakdown of the lipid molecules. The lipid means fat molecules, right? So fats gets emulsified or fat gets digested with the help of bile because it activates the lipase which breaks down the fat molecules. It doesn't directly break down the fat molecules, it helps. It activates the lipase which in turns break the fat molecules, right? So it is clear. Now the pancreatic juice, enterokinin. It is also known as, see the picture, enteropeptidase present in the intestinal juice activates trypsinogen to active trypsin. See, trypsinogen converted into trypsin with the help of enterokinin. Now, this trypsin, what does it do? It converts the enzyme chymotrypsinogen into chymotrypsin. Then carboxypeptidase converts into carboxypeptidase with the help of this trypsin only. Then trypsin converts proteins, peptones and proteoses into dipeptides. Fat molecules also get digested in the small intestine. You can see the flow chart over here in the picture given here. See, the fat molecules get digested, gets breakdowns into diglycerides. Fats is polyglycerides. It gets digested, it breakdowns into diglycerides. Now diglycerides again by the action of lipases it converts into monoglycerides. Now nucleic acids also break down in the small intestine only. With the help of nucleases it converts into the smaller unit which is called nucleotides. This is the function of the pancreatic juice, or the mechanism of the digestion. You can go through this picture also. You have to thoroughly memorize all these things. Next, action of the intestinal juice. We have several types of, see in the flow chart, there are several types of enzymes present in the intestinal juice. Dipeptidases, maltose, lactose, sucrase, nucleotides, nucleosides, lipases. So dipeptidase, every enzyme which ends with dase does the breakdown mechanism. Dipeptides is breakdown with the help of dipeptidase, and it converts into amino acids. Maltose gets breakdown with the help of maltase. Lactose breakdowns with the help of lactase. Sucrase breakdown sucrose. Nucleosidase breakdowns are nucleotides into nucleosides. Now nucleosidase breakdowns nucleosides into sugar and the nucleoside bases. Lipases break down fats, that is disaccharides or monosaccharides, into fatty acids and glycerol. Now the last part is large intestine, where digestion doesn't occur but absorption of water and mineral and certain drugs. In large intestine, some of the water are absorbed again. It secretes mucus for adhering wastes particles together and lubricating it for an easy passage. See, this digestion ends up in the small intestine only, and some of the absorption occurs in the large intestine. In our next classes, I will discuss further about different types of disorders in digestions and some of the other mechanism, like how the absorption occurs in the digestion. So in my next video, you can see the absorption of the digested product. I will explain the absorption of the digested product and some of the disorders in digestion. So this video I am ending up here. If you have any query about this video, feel free to ask, feel free to query. I will try to give every possible answers of your doubts or your problems. Thank you.